Okay, just get a few minutes. Gonna do like good evening, guys.
Hello, everybody.
Oops. Let me just check some things. So funny. Okay, let's start. Check some things.
Yeah, how do I do? How do I share?
Never mind, just click share will do lah. No problem.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me just do a good evening, guys. Let me just do a short introduction from Coach Jack. Okay, so he's the fitness professionals, a certified sports performance specialist, and also a personal trainer. And he also go through for the NASM, ACE, and EXOS, the name. Okay, for education and consultants. So he also help manage for the Adidas runners for strength and conditioning trainings. So let's welcome Zach today. Hi.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Coach Sam from Run Fast Academy, for having me for tonight. If you guys already know, we are actually going to talk about the importance of warm-up. It's a very simple topic, but at the same time, it can be quite it's something that we actually always kind of like miss out lah whenever we are doing our training. So for tonight, I am gonna touch on some components of warm-up that I have been doing with my clients, with my athletes, and maybe it's something that you can consider in doing for your training as well.
Yeah. Okay, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, so we will have to answer a short while.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll start off with basically why do we need to warm up lah? The reason why we need to warm up is actually fairly simple. We want to make sure that we increase our flexibility and decrease a bit of muscle stiffness, meaning that we want to make sure that we can try to reduce the risk of getting injuries lah, especially when we are doing the workout or the training. This one is something that the next point is something that you might have heard before, to increase your body and muscle temperature. And then the last one is to also increase our activation of our muscles that we are going to use through the movement that we're going to do lah. So those are actually the three main benefits or importance of warming up. So like what Coach Sam said just now, like when he was introducing me, I'm a certified performance specialist through this organization, or organization is called EXOS. So for most of my training with my clients and even for myself, and a huge chunk of my clients are athletes. So what I will get them to do is I will make sure that they are doing basically, like, to cover everything is three things. So we do massage, stretch, and activate. So massage, I'm not talking about like using my hands to massage their neck or their body or their legs or whatever, their feet. And I'm not asking them to also do that to themselves. But what massage means is that before we even start any movement, I want to make sure that they are using some kind of like foam rolling equipment to make sure that they get their muscles a bit ready for the movement, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So we use a bit of foam roller. We use maybe a tennis ball. Most of the time we use a baseball or lacrosse ball to just work on a few parts in the body. So some part of lower body and then some part of upper body as well. And then I have 2 more points just now, which I said that I do in my warm-up for my clients and my athletes is stretch and then activate. If you guys don't know, the better type of stretch to do is dynamic stretching. So I incorporate dynamic stretching into the warm-up, and then I do some kind of activation as well. So this is where what I learned from Exos, which was my certification that I got certified with, they actually have a system for warm-up. So they have 4 things inside a warm-up. So the 4 things is that the first one is to actually do hip activation. So hip is basically your bum, your glutes. You have the next one, which is basically some kind of dynamic stretching. The third one is movement integration. So dynamic stretching, I think you might understand that a simple thing would be doing bodyweight squat. So that is some kind of like dynamic stretching, or the famous one that you see most of the people or most of your coaches, your trainers will ask you to do is the world's greatest stretch. Okay. So movement integration means whatever specific training that you're going to do on that day, you're going to have to do some kind of similar movement to that training. So let's say if you are a runner, so movement integration could be some kind of like a skip. So you're doing some kind of running drill, like an A skip, or some kind of like bounding a bit, which is not high intensity, but it's just something that can help you in your movement after that. And then the fourth one for that warm-up will be your neural activation. So this neural activation is something that is, to me, is something that is fairly new, especially for my clients as well. So we tend to actually focus on the muscles that we are going to use for the training, but we forget that we also need our mind and our head to actually be more focused for that training as well. So that is where neural activation comes in. So now that we have 4 things, I'm actually going to explain each and everything. So we're going to start off with hip activation first.
Okay.
So hip activation is basically one of the most famous one that you see is people using mini band.
Yep.
Then you can either put it around your ankles or your knees. The recent, I think in 2016 or 2017 or 18, one of the research has said that if you actually put your mini band around your feet, you will get better activation of your glutes as well. So it doesn't matter, actually, you can put your on your ankles or around your knees, above or around your knees. So hip activation is basically trying to make sure that you are engaging and activating your hip muscles, which is your glutes. So your glutes consists of three big muscles over there. You have the gluteus maximus, you have the medius, and the gluteus minimus. So the function of this hip activation is to make sure that you try to activate all the group or all the gluteus group before you start your training. So since Coach Sam brought me in for the Run Fast Academy to talk about importance of warm-up, especially for runners, this will be very important for you. But it's not just for runners. Even my clients who are golfers, I have clients who are just want to increase their strength and lose fats. I still get them to do some kind of lower body hip activation work with a mini band. Because when you are squatting, you will be using your glutes for that as well. So that's the first one, the first component just now, which is hip activation. So example of exercise now. So we know that for hip activation, we can use mini band, and the function of it is to actually activate the glutes. So now example exercise would be basically your, this is one of my favorite. It's called internal and external rotation with a mini band. So basically you imagine that you are putting your mini band around your knees, and then from a quarter squat position, or what we call the athletic position. So from there, what you're going to do is you're going to bring your knees in and out, in and out. So you're bringing your knees in and out. So internal to external rotation, you hold it for about 1 or 2 seconds, and then you're going to feel it around your glutes, especially on the outside part of it. All right. So that is one of the example that you can do for your hip activation. So the second one now is your dynamic stretching. So this dynamic stretching, I think, is the one component in my warm-up that I use that I think everyone is familiar with. So an example, the function first. So the function of this dynamic stretching is to make sure that we are greasing, or we are basically giving a bit more blood flow to the joints and the muscles that are going to be used for the training that we're going to do. So an example for dynamic stretching would be the one that I said just now, which was the world's greatest stretch. So world's greatest stretch, the reason why it's called the world's greatest stretch is because it will actually target and activate a lot of stuff. So you have the hip opener when you do the low lunge, when you actually rotate and bring your hand all the way up. So that will open up your thoracic spine. So you are opening up your hip, you are opening up your thoracic spine. And then if you add another one, which is pushing your hips up, so that will also activate a bit of your hamstring as well. So world's greatest stretch is one of the best dynamic stretching that you can do because it activates a lot of stuff. So now we move on to movement integration. So movement integration is a bit tricky right now. So movement integration, it depends on the session or the training that you're going to do. So I'm going to give 2 examples over here, because one is related to running, and then the other one is just for those who are just going to the gym to just do your normal workout. So if you are a runner, the one that I said just now, the example for movement integration will be some kind of marching or skipping. Yeah, marching or skipping. That focuses on the drill that that focuses on the drill for you to be better at running. So those are movement integration. So usually you need a bit of space for this movement integration because you're gonna basically move from point A to point B. So if you are in the gym, and if you are like me, where I actually program the workouts for myself and my clients based on like upper body and lower body. So if you have upper body, and then you're going to be doing pushing and pulling exercise. So movement integration could be just, if you're going to do warm-up, so you're going to do warm-up basically just with the, if you're going to do bench press, if you're going to do bench press, so maybe you're just going to do with the empty bar, do a couple of reps, just to get your body, the muscles involved a bit more prime for it to work on a heavier load after that. And if you are focusing on the lower body, so you're just going to basically do some kind of squat with an empty bar. So that is as a movement integration inside your warm-up as well. Now the last part of the warm-up is the neural activation. So this neural activation also is somewhat new for most people from my own experience. If you already know what is neural activation in the warm-up, that means you're very good. So what neural activation means is that you're trying to also activate your mind and the whole body to get ready for the workout or the training. So if we're talking about doing something outdoor, what I will ask them to do, like maybe if I have a team or a group, a team sport that I'm training, so I will get them to do this thing called fast feet. And this is something that that you have been seeing a lot as well right now. So fast feet means it's like getting into that a bit of that quarter squat position, and then you are basically driving your feet as fast as you can. for about 10 to 15 seconds.
Okay.
Yes. That is one example of neural activation. And if you're in the gym, like I said just now, if you are actually doing something that is upper body or lower body based programming, so if I have my clients or my athletes coming in for the upper body movement, I will actually get them to do some kind of a medicine ball throwing exercise just to get them ready for that upper body workout. Or if
so
they
the medicine throw is it throw up or throw aside?
So it actually doesn't really matter because the upper body because as long as they're using their arms, yeah. So but what I will usually do is that I will get them to actually throw it straight in front to a wall.
Okay.
Yeah, straight in front to a wall. Or even if they need to throw up, it doesn't really matter because the focus is to just get some kind of explosiveness into that movement. So that is what neural activation actually means. And that is an example for upper body. An example for lower body would be something like a pogo, like where you jump on the spot, or I ask them to do some kind of like a box jump for a couple of sets and a couple of reps, because it's just a simple exercise, but to get them a bit more ready and excited in terms of their mind and their body connection. So those are actually like a complete system for warm-up that I use for myself and also my clients.
Okay, I understand that you also train a lot of professionals and normal users. So are their warm-up, is it different, or they're using these 4 pillar as well from ASOS?
So for me, because I believe in the system that I use, if they are athletes, then I will get them to actually do foam rolling, the one that I said massage, stretch, and then activate. But if they are just if they are non-athletes, sometimes I will get them to just start off with hip activation straight away. And the difference between the athletes and non-athletes is that I might or might not use the foam roller to start off their warm-up, and then they might not even do movement integration. Yeah, so they focus on hip. For the non-athletes, they will focus on hip activation, dynamic stretching, and then neural activation.
Yep.
Yeah. So those are the differences.
Okay. So no matter you are professionals or non-professional, I think warm-up is a must for all of you. Because I also try to read some of the online things that they mentioned about warm-up also help you to get your body warm-up, prevent injury as well, because when your body get ready, right, so that you don't like doing a wrong movement at the beginning. So when you get ready, so you can perform with that, in this kind of sense, right? Okay, so guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask Coach Jack. So we'll have to answer some of the questions. So Esther, your friend.
Yeah. What's up, Kyle?
Yeah. So yep. Yeah. See the benefit of warm up: no cramp. Okay, no pulling muscles, pull your muscles. So So it's so true, right? So
yeah, Kyle is the best athlete so far that I know.
Oh, what sport is he do?
We play the same sport. We play the flag football. Basically, is similar to American football. Yeah, but with no contact.
Means there's no like bang each other's. You just throw the ball.
Yeah. Throw catch and then run.
Okay, so it's really a speed explosion, and also it's a power kind of sports, right? Agility as well. You need to like zigzag, right? Vary a lot of agilities, right? Wow.
Yeah.
So not easy, that sports. You need a lot of energy and a very good body to play that one. It's not normal people can play one. Yeah, kind of. Okay, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So we're gonna share with you. So for me, basically, usually my warm up as a runners lah. So I always tell my students. So when they start to run, so if they can do drills, they can do like an easy jog. If let's say they're doing easy run today, I think it's fine. They can straight away jump into easy run. If they say they're doing like a interval training, like speed training or hill training, so those kind of workout, high intensity workout, right? Especially high intensities. So I guess they need to really warm up their heart rate. Is the first thing. Second is their range of motions, their joint, and those kind of drills they warm up. Because when you do high intensities, right, their heart rate usually will pop up into a very high zone, like zone 4 or zone 5. So if let's say your heart rate normally is about 50 to 70, right? So when you're resting, so I think when you walk out, it's about 100 plus, 120 like that. So if you suddenly just shoot up about close to 170, 180, right? You maybe have your body like have some reflections because you haven't warmed up. So these are the things I always tell user, no matter how, if you're doing high intensities workout, please do a warm up. Okay, so if you just do an easy jog, right, jog walk like that, I think should be fine. So for high intensity, please guys, please warm up. Okay, so important.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, just to add on also, like the one that you said just now is I think the term for it is called premature fatigue. Premature fatigue means it's like when you actually don't have enough or proper warm up. That is when your heart rate will shoot up straight away, and that is not good, especially when you are, imagine if you're going for a race on a Saturday or on a Sunday, especially for the runners. You want to make sure that you are properly ready for it and not just straight away go into that zone 4 and zone 5 heart rate.
Yeah, I understand. So so some people, they always say overtrain. Sometimes because not overtrain, because you starting before the high intensity, you straight away go into the training, right? So your heart rate already overshoot, then you get tired. Start with slow pace, manageable pace, then end with fast. You start with fast, you end with slow. I mean, again, it's a reflection because you burn out before you burn out. So Esther, are there danger the mental warming up, like running some sports? If you don't do it correctly, you will overdo. Yes, correct. You're right. Yeah, you will overdo. Yep. Because our heart rate really, you need to stagnate to go up for training. You cannot straight pop like that. Yeah, it's always that case. So Jenny asked about what kind of duration warm up before run and ideal duration for cool down post run. So for me, basically, my opinion is, I think you can start with the warm up and cool down. You can use about 5 to 10 minutes. It depends on your timing, but at least 5 minutes to warm up. At least 5 minutes. If you have much more time, you can do about 10 minutes, easy 7-minute jog, or every 3 minutes some drills, just to get yourself warm up. Okay, so get yourself. Really, it's take your sweet times. It depends how many time you have. So you usually, if you're doing a high intensity workout, I would say you use at least 10 minutes to do a slow jog cool down to bring down the heart rate and to tell your body, okay, you don't need to get so hyperactive now. You need to warm down. Okay, after the 10-minute jog, then you can start to do some like I call flexibilities, release lah. Just relax your body, your joint and muscles and ligaments. So because you don't need to be so tense, you need to be relaxed. Okay, so this is how our body structure works as well. So that is my opinion. Yeah. Ismail asks, what's the target heart rate zone for warming up? To me, my opinions, usually target heart rate zone to warm up is about zone 1 and zone 2. But this setting is based on your setting because heart rate setting, like in Garmin watch, there are about 3 types. One is your maximum heart rate set. You set your maximum heart rate, then it calculate, the algorithm calculate your zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 5. Then you will calculate your zone 1 to zone 5 again. So the last one will be the heart rate reserve. So usually I will recommend people to use the heart rate reserve because the setting, the percentage is more close to the VO2 max. So it's quite close. So because the heart rate reserve, you need to set 2 things. One is your heart rate, resting heart rate, and also your maximum heart rate. So, but the maximum heart rate is not based on your minus 200 minus your age, you need to go and do a testing. You do a high intensity training from interval running, then you get your max heart rate, then you can key inside. But like every year you do a body check, every year you need to test maximum heart rate. Okay, so I would say zone 1 to zone 2, the correct answer will be there. Yeah. Cool. You got anything to add on the heart rate zone? From your side?
Actually, you've already answered lah. Yeah.
Okay.
Generally, if you are not if you are a non-runner, you just want to make sure that you work your heart rate up to 120.
Oh, okay.
About 120 from your resting heart rate, and then just maintain from there. So you just basically, that guideline is basically saying that you don't want to overshoot, like what you said just now. Like you don't want to start warming up and then suddenly go to 140, 150. But that is very generic. And of course, if you have those heart rate watches and all, and you already know what is your heart rate reserve, so it's better to follow that zone 1, zone 2 lah. That will be a more personal number for you.
I would say usually those watch they sell about 700 and above. They will have those like zone 1, zone 2, zone 5. You can really monitor and set it. I think some below 500 usually they don't come out with the zone, so you don't have maximum heart rate.
Right.
They just monitor your current heart rate. They will not give you an indicator. Yeah, I think price range, I would say 700 and above. You can get a really good smartwatch to monitor your heart rate zone. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. How does the foam rolling benefit our muscles? How does it work? Okay, Jack, I'll leave it to you this one.
Okay. So basically, foam rolling, in other words, is called self-massage. So if you have tried any kind of massage before, like a sports massage or the one that you can go to your that Healthland or whatever it's called, is some kind of like a Swedish massage, is to actually basically to relax the muscle. So if you have some kind of knots in your muscle, it might help to release those tension. So again, the word that I'm using right here is might, because foam rolling is one of the topic that has always is a favorite in the research. If I say today that foam rolling might benefit you in terms of like releasing the knots, tomorrow it might be different. So the word is might over here. There still need to be more research for it, but basically the science behind foam rolling is that when you put some kind of pressure on your muscle, especially when you foam roll on, let's say, your calf, for about 20 to 30 seconds, it can go up to 2 minutes. It might help in releasing it and making it a bit more relaxed. So that is the science behind foam rolling.
It's something like a trigger point, right? You press on the point there, it trigger it relax it. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. But I think overall, foam rolling is good for both things. I would say relax the muscle. Second, I notice when you do foam rolling, right, you need to require a little bit your core muscles. Because sometimes, got one time when I started, long time I didn't start to do foam rolling, right? So I start back, right? So I suddenly feel my core is shaking. I don't know if it's weak or what, but after for a while, I think, muscles can help you to trigger the relax the muscles. Second, I think will be help you to strengthen a bit, at least your core strength. I won't say a lot, but at least some, because you really need a core strength to hold the foam roll when you do a single leg, like 30 roll like that. So it's really not easy. But try to make it as a habit. Again, training you need to make it as a habit. Warm up, you need to make it as a habit. I think foam rolling, recovery also part of the importance of the training. So you need to make it as a habit. I think warm up, cool down as usual. You need to make it as a habit as well. Yeah. So Isma asked about, do the warm up sufficient to help? Yes, I think it helped sufficient for a long run. And because when you're doing long run, right, don't forget, if let's say you're doing 15 kilometers or 20 kilometers or maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours run, right? Actually, your body, they have taken up the pressure. just like you're doing high intensities. But just that you don't really see the effect, you come later on. Because when you run a 2 hour in high intensities, it's the same. Your body still take up the pressure. So a warm-up is a must. Okay. But yeah, like you say, you want to start with a slow jog and first do some drill. It's good, yes. Because when you slow jog, right, you bring up your heart rate. You also indicate to, hey, inform your heart rate, say, hey, my friend, later we're going to do some high intensity. We're going to run a very long, slow distance. So can you pump up, just get ready so that later you don't get shocked. So you also give him an alert. So yeah, it's good. You can start with slow jog, no problem. If you're just doing about 30-40 minutes easy run, I think that one you can kind of like skip the warm-up easy jog. You can straight away do a 5-minute drills, those hopping drills or jumping jack or other drills you want to do. So then you just keep that, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess if there's no further questions, let me show something. Zach, so I understand. Can you just share the screen? Maybe you can explain a little bit more about your program, because due to today timing. So if you guys want to know more about Zach's own program, so I can show you the screen here. Yep, Jatt.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so basically what I also do right now, so especially like during this MCO, right? I am doing my online coaching. So previously, before this MCO, I have been doing one-on-one training, I have been doing group training, but because of this MCO, we've all gone a bit more online. So for those of you who have a bit of equipments at home, so let's say like dumbbells or maybe even barbells or ball or some kind of like fitness equipment, I might be able to help you for 4 weeks. So I will write a personalized program for you. You'll be coached by me, and then it depends on the kind of training that you want. We'll work towards your goal, and then we will see the progress from there, basically. So that is that online coaching for 4 weeks, basically.
Okay, guys. So if you guys want to know more about the program, you can check out the Instagrams, JTS Coaching. In the Instagram, you can find out more information from Jatt training systems. Okay. So from there, the program, and you can ask questions from there as well, or you can leave your message here. Zach will try to answer your questions here as well. Yeah. So if you want to know more, please go. You can check out with the Instagram and JTC's coaching as well. Okay. So last but not least, I would like to introductions, because me and Zach and training coaches, we launched a one program. So because during current situations, people still woke up from home, so they want to try different sports. Okay, not only strength training. So maybe you guys can consider this program. It's called Get Fit 30 Days. So it's a 30 days program. So basically, this program comes with strength training, running drills, tabata, heat training, yoga, and Zumba. But will be more general one. Will be different from what Zach mentioned about the start of the program. This is more general one for people who want to really improve their heart and lungs conditions, increase the aerobic fitness, better coordination, agility, and flexibilities. So if you really want to specific strength training, then you can go for the Zach one. So this is more like a general, let you to go and experience. Hey, in my life, I never joined any Zumba class before. Let's go and experience. Okay. Maybe in your life, you haven't joined any Tabata training before. Just go and experience, or training, strength training, and others as well. So we have 2 programs here. You can consider that. So we're going to end it in 1 minute time. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
So for those of you also, like maybe you have more questions to ask, you can also just find me lah. So the one that you see on the screen is actually my Instagram page, at Coach Jatt. you can find me there, or you can also just ask me on Facebook as well. I am more than free to actually just answer your questions lah for now.
Yep, drop in a PM. Ask him the program. Okay, so you want to know more about the Get Fit 30 Days program, you can drop RFA, Rafa Scammy, private message to know more about it. Okay, so basically the class came with the 56 sections of class. It only costs you about $59.90 for monthly subscriptions. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for your time. Bye bye. Thank you, Jack. Coach Jack. Bye.
Thank you.